I'm Joanne Sales, the Executive Director of Broombusters Invasive Plant Society. So Scotch broom is an alien invasive plant. It doesn't belong here. It spreads rapidly, forms dense thickets, crowds out native plants, prevents forest regrowth, is toxic to grazing animals and wildlife, takes over farms, cleared forest, and parkland, and leads to a dramatic loss of biodiversity. But worst of all, it's flammable. Scotch broom is a volatile flash fuel. It will increase a wildfire's fuel load, escalate the fire's intensity, compromise fire situations, and make fires more difficult to fight. Why is it so hazardous? High oil content creates an easy ignition source. Massive amounts of dry vegetation increases fuel load. Grows 9 feet tall. It's a ladder fuel. Dense, widespread thickets create fuel continuity, and it grows everywhere, contributing to urban interface fires. There's an increase of wildfires generally and globally. The primary culprit is climate change. The grasses, shrubs, and trees that humans have introduced to new ecosystems are increasing wildfire frequency and intensity. In Hawaii in 2023, the fire in Lahaina, the fire intensity and rapid spread is attributed to invasive non-native grasses. A fire in Chile in 2024 killed 134 people. Again, fire was attributed to non-native plantings. The LA fires in 2024, a wet winter in 2023 spurred unusual growth of flammable shrubs and brush. The next year was dry and the fire was uncontrollable. But I want to start by going 1,500 kilometers south to Santa Rosa, California, and surrounding counties and talk about the Tubbs Fire. During a span of more than 23 days in October 2017, this wildfire consumed 36,807 acres, destroyed 5,643 homes and buildings, and took 22 lives. My son-in-law, Rob, was in that fire. And a firefighter came to the door, pounded on his door, and said, "You have minutes, get out." He jumped into this car in his pajamas and the house burned down. When Rob came to Vancouver Island the next May, he saw what Scotch broom was. And he said, "That Scotch broom, that was the plants that covered the fields where I lived in Santa Rosa. I did not know it was flammable. No wonder it burned so quickly." So Santa Rosa and area is rebuilding, and to prevent another catastrophic wildfire, their top priority is eliminate Scotch broom. So I just received this information like a year ago, and this is what is really drawing my attention. The ordinance explicitly names Scotch broom as non-native hazardous vegetation that must be removed if it's within 30 feet of a public right-of-way, 100 feet of a structure, or 30 feet of a property line. So they know about wildfire, they know what it comes from, and they know the consequences. And this is the action that they're taking. Sonoma County has a similar ordinance, and it's illegal to sell Scotch broom anywhere in California. So reality check, okay, these ordinances will not pass here and now. Timing budgets will not allow. But what can we do? Understand the plant, know how to eliminate it, join with others, and do it. So FireSmart here in Canada lists broom as one of the 13 highest risk flammable plants, one that you really don't want to have near your home. Fuel load, broom's tall, impenetrable brush forms massive fuel load and increases fire intensity. You can see it's got a lot of dead brush that's just part of how it grows. It's a ladder fuel. Ladder fuels and high continuity of plants increase the fire risk. It takes the fire from ground level, from grass level to small shrubs, and then up into the forest canopy. Fuel continuity, broom's dense, continuous thickets provide endless fuel for a fire to continue to spread on roads, tracks, trails, power lines, farms, parks, forest roads, beaches, and native lands. Broom is a ladder fuel, and ladder fuels carry fire vertically from ground level into forest canopy, from lawns into houses. Broom can grow 9 feet tall. Broom is a significant threat as a fire hazard for danger of urban interface fires within our region. Why? Because it grows so close to where we live. So broom is called a volatile flash fuel because it catches fire so easily, but a fire will not start without an ignition source. So they have campfires, burning of debris, malfunctioning machinery, cigarettes, fireworks, arson. Lightning is probably the most common. The Eagle Creek Fire in Oregon, which burned 48,000 acres in 2017, was started by a single firecracker. So on the power lines greatly increase the danger that fire can spread across Vancouver Island. I don't know the situation on Whidbey Island, but it's something to look at. In Vancouver Island, our local government passed a resolution, control of Scotch Broom, which calls for fire breaks on long stretches of broom, but nothing really is being done about that. So broom on the power lines is very dangerous. Anytime there's long stretches of broom along highways, along parks, along beaches, anytime it's a long stretch, that creates additional fire hazard. So think globally, act locally. It's actually really fun to have community cuts, and some people will go out with a community cut, learn how to cut it properly, and then they'll go out on their own. There's one volunteer here that cuts broom well over 200 hours a year. Um, that's what you want. You want people that really catch the bug and keep cutting until an area is clear. So we face an impossible task, but we can do it. So we can't leave this problem to future generations. It'll still get worse and worse. So let's stop the spread of broom.